I'm Sir Knight, and welcome to Starforge Legacy. I'd like to thank Second Shift Games for providing a key for this game so I can review it. This game is out now on Steam, and it is in early access, so more content is to be expected. Starforge Legacy throws you into a relentless bullet hell universe where every run pushes your skill and reflexes to the limit. Customize your starcraft with powerful augments and recruit a crew that evolves with your journey. Each sector is filled with alien swarms, pirates, and hazards that force you to adapt or be destroyed. Gather resources, strengthen your build, and chase permanent upgrades that shape your legacy, survive, evolve, and forge your path across the stars. If you played any games like Vampire Survivors, then you'll be well accustomed to this style of game. Move, auto shoot, find loot, and basically dodge things until, well, you can't, and then start over. If you haven't figured it out by now, you are in space. This game consists of fighting starships in outer space and progressing through a map that will have you selecting your course as you progress to the boss. Instead of random appearing bosses, you have boss nodes that will test your ship's upgrades or augments to the limits. So, games like Vampire Survivors, you would just get hit with a boss when you got to certain points. This one, you're definitely going to know when you're fighting a boss. Your starting ship is the Ironhide, and it's a beefy ship, has an auto turret, and it has a hyperdrive that will zoom you out of the way if you need to. It's the most basic ship that there is. It's the starting ship, and it'll require many upgrades to tackle the first boss, but it can get the job done. Each ship has customized loadouts, such as new guns and perks. You unlock these by progressing the game and doing missions. Game also has a codex, so you can see basically every single thing that's in the game, from augments to weapons, components, ships, and loadouts. First time that you load up into the game, you will select your movement style. You can select ship relative or free move. It tells you what each of those does. I personally chose ship relative because, well, it kind of told me to. It was recommended. The first node is relatively easy, and you'll notice a timer at the top. Each map doesn't have an end to get to. You are simply on the map, and you are trying to survive before the timer goes up, and then you're whisked away back to the star map to pick another node. Pay attention to the screen for special items to appear. There's things like anomalies, mineable asteroids, special missions, buy stations, and even more. Each node has special instructions which will show you the rewards, the challenges, and any other special things to look out for. Sometimes you'll even get a transmission when you're starting the next level, and it'll indicate 3 choices to make. It's kind of like a little story. It makes you choose your risk reward, and the third choice is usually you choosing to opt out and just continuing with the mission. Optional missions will appear as well. You can see that in the node before you start. You can do these for rewards, but you don't necessarily have to. It's just something optional for you to do on the mission while you're fighting all the other ships and getting as many levels as you can. Anomalies are just flying little nodes that you'll see out there, and you stay close to them, and then they will unlock a small amount of some type of currency for you, so they're usually helpful to get those while you're in the level. The game has currencies needed to unlock ships, augments, and other items in the game. You'll find credits, think of that as money. You'll have science, research points, artifacts, and materials. Each one you can find by choosing different nodes in the game or by completing missions. Now, bosses are the real in-game challenge. The first map has 2 bosses. They're large ships, and they have supporting little ships that divert your fire as well, and there's usually some kind of mechanic going on screen, like a full set of bombs that you will need to avoid, like in the first boss. Ensure that you stock up on augments as you go through the game, as you will need whatever you can to fight them, and you cannot go back to a different node to farm augments or level up. You are wherever you are at, that is where you are for the game, so just be prepared. Speaking of augments, there are 4 different types of rarities, and you can go from common all the way up through legendary. As I progress through the game, I usually just pick the highest grade, so if it was green, I would pick that over white. If it was blue, I would pick that over green, and then we had epic and legendary, so we have purple, and then we have the orange color legendary, so pretty familiar key for following those upgrades. You can also choose to spend credits and skip the upgrades. There's likely a mission or an achievement for you to do this, and it might be a secret or it might just be in the mission list already, but you can spend credits to skip and augment if you don't like any of the choices. But that's about all for Starforge Legacy. It's a pretty simple game to get into. It's a pretty hard game to put down. I can say that from experience. I put in a few hours just in the first day because I just wanted to complete a few more missions and get past a boss or two. My favorite ship that I unlocked was Nova. I really like the boost on that ship, but for right now, if you're into games like Enter the Gungeon or Vampire Survivors or anything in that genre, I suggest you pick up this game. There is a demo in Steam, so if you're not quite sold yet, I believe the game was just under $8 right now. So I'm a big fan of the genre. I'm really happy I picked it up. Glad that they sent me a key, and super excited to see what you're saying about the game. So leave me a comment, always subscribe, and that way you can get more video reviews like this about games and technology. I'm Sir Dead Knight, and I will see you next time.